What is up, everybody? Kyle here, and today we are unboxing the Target exclusive Series 7 WWE Elite by Mattel Legend set. First up, we're going to do Greg the Hammer Valentine, but a little talk about this set, I guess you would say, is newly released by Target, as we all know. As of this video, these have been out for about a week and a half. An okay lineup. I'll give it that, okay. We originally know Sting was supposed to be part of this with the original Crow Sting face paint. Last second, that was pulled. Now we're looking at a case of 5 figures, 2 Bobbies, 2 Razors, and then 1 Hammer being in the set. And then the interesting thing with the Hammer, Greg Valentine, he is also the Chase figure. So as of this recording, I do not have the Chase yet. I found quite a few Valentines out at retail, but no Chase. I also have a pre-order that has not shipped yet. I believe it's shipping this week is what Target says, but who knows? You can never trust those pre-orders. I'm hoping I'll get lucky and I'll have the Chase in that Greg Valentine. When it comes, it'll be the Chase. I will probably do an unboxing video or something like, hey, do we get the Chase? Whatever. We'll find out. That's being said about the Chase, I do find this to be about the worst Chase figure that Mattel has ever done. Full transparency and honesty, I guess. The Aiden English, if you remember back to that one, that was pretty bad with just a different scarf. But this Greg the Hammer Valentine could have been a lot better in the Chase. Perfect opportunity. I know they're going to do it someday, but why not do it now? Start off hot. Make the Chase the Rhythm and Blues Greg Valentine. Put black hair is all you have to do, and a different robe would be nice, but even then, maybe if you don't give it the robe, you give it, instead of a robe, you put a guitar in there. There you go. Save the robe version for a pack with Honky down the line, whatever it takes, but just the only difference of the Chase figure is the tights. He's got yellow tights instead of black. And to me, when I think Greg Valentine, I think yellow tights. So I really think yellow tights should have been the original. Black, if they were going to do it, should be the Chase. But what do I know? Who am I? But very disappointed in this Chase selection with this one. I think they could have went a different way. Maybe make the Razor Ramon the Chase and put him in those tights. I know there's video of out with Razor wearing tights just a couple of times. Make that the Chase. I just want something more in my Chase. But I can see the average Joe out there, the kid or whatever, they could care less what Greg Valentine they get. They're not even going to really pay attention to that. There's a lot of people that will have the Chase that didn't even realize they have the Chase. They don't even care. And once you put that robe on, you're never going to be able to even tell that it's a Chase Greg Valentine. Anyways, I digress. Get a little wordy here, going off, setting the stage, I guess. But here is the Greg Valentine. Besides that, a great figure. My first favorite memories where I really took Greg Valentine seriously as a kid was feuding with Rugged Ronnie Garvin. I absolutely loved that feud. A lot of people absolutely hate that, but for some reason as a kid, I loved that whole angle with Ronnie Garvin. There's Valentine. They really hit the nail on the head on that face. Of course, you got the glamour shot. Not too much different than Classic Superstars glamour shots. And then same one on the other side. And then you got the back, of course. And I'll read the back to you. Titles: Intercontinental Champion, World Tag Team Champion. I feel like I'm doing my Classic Superstars review. Cheap plug, subscribe. Don't forget to watch those Jax videos. They're great. But very similar backing, telling the title history and stuff. Few men were tougher than Greg the Hammer Valentine, a second-generation superstar with a hard-hitting style. Valentine held both singles and tag team championships, competed in both the first WrestleMania and the first Starrcade, and battled in brutal rivalries against the legends like Tito Santana and Roddy Piper. So very cool little description there, setting the stage. Should be on the backs of all figures like that. I absolutely love that. I love the throwback packaging, even though it's not that big of a throwback. I mean, looking at 10 years or 8 years ago when the Legends line, it's got the same motif kind of design as those. Obviously a different box, but we get the idea on that. So I'm glad this Legend line came back. I love Legends. They're my favorite Mattel figures. I just wish this line would have been a little hotter to start. You know, kick it off hot, but it is what it is. That Sting thing they couldn't control, that is for sure. But let's open up the Hammer. Let's see what we got going on here. Open him up. pull this little legend card. See you later. Little legends backing. I'm sure somebody will save those. Not me, though. See you later. There's the hammer. I'm taking my look. So I got one gripe right off the bat. A little paint smudge. We got a few little black paint smudges on his abs there. There is the hammer in his plastic here. Comes with an extra set of hands. I talk about it in a lot of reviews. Sometimes I want hands, sometimes I don't. I don't really need hands with this one. The real winning piece of this is that shin guard. Great touch, must have. Talk about that Ronnie Garvin angle with the shin guard and all that stuff. Really cool. Comes with the robe, of course. We've talked about the robes in the past, like the Rick Rude robe staining the figures. Now, my question is this going to stain the figure? Is this going to stain Greg Valentine? Do they leave it off of him because it would stain? And then why would I want to put this on my figure to be displayed if it's just going to stain? I've heard you got to wash them in the garment bag. You get the ones for like delicates and stuff and throw it in with light colors, and that's supposed to save the day. I think I will try that. I'm going to enlist the services of my wife, Angie, and say, Angie, take care of this little problem I have with my clothes for my action figures. And she will. What a team player. Let's get the hammer out. See you later. I didn't show the back of the robes. There it is. We'll get some better photos here. I'm sure this is how his robe was, but I don't remember it. But it's like a little toy Simpsons arm with a little hammer. So there he is, the hammer. A great figure. The head scan, they absolutely killed the head scan. From the bottom down, it reminds me it probably is the same legs the Iron Sheik's had over the years. And I just don't like these. They're not big enough. These legs are too skinny for the Sheik, and they're too skinny for Valentine. I feel like he needed bigger thighs and legs. That's just me. I mean, he always had kind of hot dog hands. Like his fingers looked like hot dogs. He was a bigger guy. He was a littler guy, but a bigger guy, if that makes sense. That's my memories of Valentine. Now, I'm trying to remember, the shin went on the left or the right. I'm pretty sure it's his left, so we're going to go with that. I love the shin guard. It has all the hearts. I didn't notice that. I thought those were just like buttons or something, but hearts on there. You know, how could you have Greg the Hammer without the shin guard? Just so iconic to him. There it is. Fits like a glove. Fits right on the boot there. There you go with that. The hands are, you know, I like the two fists. I think the two fists work for the hammer. Let's put this robe on him. Let's get him in all of his glory for the video here, huh? Let's not do him any disservices. I love the robe. I mean, very great. Awesome material. Totally awesome material. First class, as Mattel usually does. Mattel, just like Jakks, they get a lot right. They have some mess-ups every once in a while, but they're few and far between, if you ask me, with Mattel. I'm not some great at Mattel apologist, but call spade the way I see it. So I'll clean that robe up a little bit more and tighten it and tie it, but we'll get it quick for the essence of time. There's the hammer in his robe. Like I said, I don't know how I'm going to display it. I'll get the chase one. You know, I got to have the chase one in the black, but once you put the robe on, you can't even tell the difference. So I probably am going to display one without the robe. I might get an aftermarket shirt. I think, didn't he used to wear the shirt that said, I broke Wahoo's leg or something like that? I might look at getting a third-party shirt and put that on there. I think that makes some sense. And then for the other one, I'll put the opposite set of hands on him just to be something different. That's kind of what I do with some of these chases. So there it is. There is Greg the Hammer Valentine. A solid figure, a must-have. I'm glad Mattel finally got around to it. Just a weird decision on the chase, but that's the Hammer. Let's move on to the next one in the lineup. All right, next up, we got one of my all-time favorites. One of my favorite managers, announcers, actually my favorite manager, probably my favorite announcer, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Iconic voice of my childhood. Him and Gorilla for sure, and Vince McMahon and the whole gang. But a very cool Bobby and a deep cut Bobby. A lot of people, I've seen it online, people saying, why is this Bobby Heenan coming in his pajamas? Well, he does look kind of like he's got a Snuggie on or something like that. But some people, I guess, don't know the history of Bobby Heenan. You know, started the Weasel Suit matches back in the AWA with Greg Gagne. later where I found out about it first against the Ultimate Warrior in the WWF. That was one of his gimmicks and something Bobby did on house shows and stuff. The loser would have to be in a weasel suit. So pretty cool to get this figure. A 2-in-1 figure, if you ask me, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But I love that they released this Bobby Heenan figure. Let's take a look at it first. You can see the front there. Bobby, the side. Iconic artwork on the side. I love this artwork. There's Bobby right there. I will say, I don't know, a little known fact, I'm sure some of you guys know it for sure, Jakks Classic Superstars did a 1 of 100 version of this way back in the day. I remember that coming out. I was a college student, and you know how college students, I'm sure there's some college students watching this video right now. We're poor and we don't have any money. We're going to school full-time, and we are going working full-time in my case as a kid in college. And I didn't have money for 1 of 100s, that's for sure. But that Bobby was so high on my list, still pretty high on my list now. I go back and forth those 1 of 100. Sometimes I say I should get them, sometimes I don't, because I just don't like the concept of them. But anyways, that's a story for another day. But the reason I'm mentioning that Bobby Heenan, I do feel that Jakks Classic Superstars 1 of 100 is a better figure than Mattel. I really like the Jakks, how they put the black gloves on the weasel, like the hand, claws, I guess they would be called. They're not on here. This looks just like a Snuggie, basically, or some kind of a marshmallow suit or something. But still a very cool one. Let's read the back. Listen up, humanoids. There's a throwback for you. To the champions he managed, the patriarch of the Heenan family was the Brain. But the WWE Universe had a name more fitting for a man of his character, the Weasel. In 1988, after Ultimate Warrior destroyed Heenan, who stepped out of his managerial comfort zone into the ring as a competitor, he dressed the unconscious Bobby in a full-size weasel suit. That he did. So let's open up this Bobby Heenan. I don't know how this will sell. So far, a week and a half into this line, I think I could have had about 17 Bobby Heenans, including the one I picked up. My wife was the first one to find these for me. They turned me down. They didn't want to help me out of the back room, but my wife goes in there, flashes a smile, and guess what? They come out with a full case and say, "Here you go. Take these with you." There was just a creepy old guy in here asking for these, and I'm so happy you get these instead. I think that's pretty much how it went. But Bobby and Razor seem to be the shelf warmer. There's 2 of each of them in a case, and then Greg Valentine is only 1 per case. Will it be the regular or the chase? Very interesting. A case of 5 is weird. There's got to be some air in that box. I have not seen the box myself. We all know Sting was supposed to be in there. See you later. I guess I didn't realize this had a tail, so that's a little hard to see, all white. But very cool. It's got the tail. Let me get this out of here. There it is. And his hands, got 2 pointing hands. See you later. Very cool. 2 finger pointing hands, so we can do the old point to his brain on the Brain, Bobby Heenan. I love this figure. Not as good as the Jakks. I wish there was the black claws on here like the Jakks one. I thought that really set it off. I love the tail. Look at that tail on him. You can do the old gimmick where he chases his tail in the ring and falls over. If you've ever seen the video of that, it's very cool. A little bit of paint. I've seen a little bit of black smudging on Greg and this one. He's got a little dot on his face. It's an alright one. There it is. Bobby Heenan, very, very shiny. This is one that, boy, if kids are playing with it and stuff, this is going to have dog hair. It's going to have dirt all over it. It's going to be a mess. But a very, very cool figure. I actually need 2 of these. So I have a pre-order. It's one story is the pre-order. You can pre-order these figures. Most people, some have got their pre-orders as of this filming. Others are still waiting, like myself. I have another Bobby Heenan coming, a Greg Valentine, and a Razor. I will take that Razor back to the store. It's nice thing with Target. You just take it in your next stop, get refunded. I do need another Bobby Heenan, as underneath this weasel suit, he has his black singlet. So I will display one with the singlet, his Wrestling Andre the Giant type singlet, and then I'll display one in the weasel suit. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 figure. To me, you have to have 2 of this Bobby Heenan, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I will have that coming, and fingers crossed I end up getting that Chase Valentine, as I will need that eventually. I don't think that'll be really hard to get in the long run. But there it is. This is a Bobby Heenan. A very solid figure. Great for a legend set. I'm extremely excited we got this one in here. Hopefully there's more Bobby Heenans to come. I'd love to see some later day Bobby Heenans. But, we've got a few Bobbies already. But another one is always welcome, being a big Bobby Heenan fan myself. So there it is. Bobby the Brain Heenan. All right, the final one, a three-piece set, I guess. A three-man band would be this Legend Series 7. And the final one we're going to open here is Razor Ramon. A lot more 90s classic, early 2000s. Razor Ramon, classic wrestler. Must have. We've got some great Razors over the years. We've got Scott Hall, NWO. We've got the ringside exclusive. We've also got the defining moments in the purple. I think that is probably the best Razor figure of all time. Even going back to the Hasbros, of course. I love that Hasbro figure. But this Razor, it's an outfit that most people do not remember at all. The people have verified, yes, it exists. So it's really a deep cut, a way to get Razor in here without re-releasing something else. So I do enjoy that we're getting something new. But a very interesting Razor as far as uniform, his tights and everything in the vest. Nobody remembers. You can see the chains up there, very depressing for a lot of mint on card collectors, and I would totally agree with this. The chains laying on the hair. I have already seen online, it seems like the second wave of these that have came out, the chains are under the hair where they should have been, so that must have been a running change. So there you have that. One thing I will say about this, there's been a lot of hysteria, not quite Harley hysteria, but hysteria over these figures. Some of the stores in my area in the last week and a half since these were released have already restocked these 3 times. These are on the pegs till November when the next set comes out. I think your Target's going to be flooded with these. One thing about exclusive people don't know maybe, stores usually have to sign up for a certain amount to get an exclusive. Hey, you want this? You got to guarantee me you're going to take 10,000 or something like that. I think these will be very easy to find. I'm already seeing Razor and Bobby everywhere. Valentine a little harder as of right now. These will be everywhere. If you have patience, don't pay crazy eBay prices. You're not going to need to. That's for sure on these. So let's open Razor here, but first let's read the back. Say hello to the bad guy. Dripping with class and oozing machismo, Razor Ramon dominated opponents in the 1990s. His rivalry with Shawn Michaels is the stuff of legends, especially their 2 ladder matches at WrestleMania 10 and SummerSlam 95. He proved that hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, but bad guys do. Deep, deep thoughts there. Titles, Intercontinental Champion. Very cool picture of Razor on the side. Same on the other side. There's Razor on the back. You got the whole crew down there. The bottom, the legalese that nobody cares about. Let's open up old Razor. See you later. Very cool. Razor. I'm going to pop him open. I love the hands here. He's got the 2 palm out hands, which is great. That is how I will display him, doing the old Scott Hall walk, Razor walk, that's for sure. See you later. Whoa, making some noise on the way down. Gonna take some work getting these chains underneath the hair. Oh, I see a little black smudge on the side of his face. You know, the paint control and stuff on these hasn't been the best. There's been a few mistakes. Even on the knee pads, I see some paint smudges down there. It almost makes you wonder if they hurried these through. They didn't, once they were painted, they should probably wait a while before they're in package. I don't know if that was the case here, but a little bit disappointing if you ask me. Some of these paint smudges and stuff. Not noticeable unless you really look at him, but yeah, his left knee pad and then the side of his beard, I got a little smudge action. So there it is, but I do love the blue color. I love the different, just not your same old Scott Hall, Razor Ramon figure. Gonna have to do a little work to get this underneath his hair, but we'll get that fixed in due time. That's for sure. But a very solid figure. I think it was time for another Razor Ramon. It had been a while since we'd had a Razor figure, that is for sure. Like we talked about, we had that defining moments that it's harder to get nowadays. It peg-warmed for a little bit, but now it's totally off the shelves for sure. And then, like all defining moments, climbing on the secondary market. But so there it is. There's Legends Series 7, the Target exclusive series. Hopefully, if you guys are wanting these, you're getting out to your Targets and picking these up right away. A solid set, a must-have set for a Legends collector, primarily a Legends collector like myself. Some quality control issues, that's for sure. Maybe yours would be better, that's for sure. Maybe I just got a bad hand dealt to me in the first series. That very well could be. But so it is. So there's Razor, Bobby, and Greg Valentine. And there it is, like I said. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. Let me know in the comments if you pick this set up. I know there's some of you guys that have already got that Chase Valentine. I'm jealous, but I'll get there. I always do. Let me know in the comments, and then don't forget to subscribe. A lot of good videos coming and in the back in the archives, that's for sure. So until next time, I'll see you guys later.